Hey everybody, Grandma Zoo here. I'm going to give you a quick tour of my garden, early May. Let you see what's happening with stuff. Parsley's trying to bolt, lemon balm spreading, my store-bought celery is doing good, bugs are eating on my basil, that's okay. I'll have plenty. We've got sage, more lemon balm, goldenrod growing everywhere. I'm letting it grow. Bunch of flowers in there. This is Chinese celery. I'm just trying it in different spots. More sage, Queen Anne's lace. I kind of let grow everywhere because I love it for the pollinators. This is yellow dock for root and seed. Queen Anne's lace, Queen Anne's lace. Yes, looks like the jungle. I don't care. I am going to get rid of that one back there and put some flowers back there, probably crackerjack marigolds because I love them. The Queen Anne's lace actually starts to make little seed pods. If anybody wants some seeds from Queen Anne's lace, you let me know because I have like thousands. There's echinacea in here. Let me show you this one, echinacea. There's a little spent flower down there, but that is super powerful medicine. The root is actually the most powerful, but you can do the rest of the plant too. We have oregano. I've been harvesting and drying. I have more dried herbs than I know what to do with, actually. And notice my mess here. I'll be planting some stuff here, probably tomatoes. This is my mullein. Mullein is a super, super great herb for your lungs, allergies. This little pot, we're trying a bunch of different things in: tomato, celery. Over here, I've got all my walking onions, bunch of tomatoes. As you can see, I plant things in between and make it a big jumbled mess. That's garlic in there. As soon as I get 4 or 5 of these bottom leaves that have dried, then I'll harvest it. Garlic kind of looks rough as you get to the harvesting stage. Potatoes. I have a couple of basil in there. More yellow dock. And as you can see, I have tomato, basil, tomato, basil, tomato, basil. All kinds of onions, stuff. My comfrey's in the middle there, so I can use that to feed things. I do have wild lettuce that I let grow for pain medicine. My collards here, I let go to seed and they feed the pollinators, and I'll slowly chop them down, but they're providing some cover for my maters and basil and stuff. Everything's looking a little rough right now, but I had so many tomatoes I had to come and put them along my fence line. I'm just digging holes and sticking things in the ground at this point. I have so much because I want to can a bunch of tomatoes. Another comfrey is going to feed everything. A wild lettuce plant that was just showed up. Peas, as you can see, I got little flowers coming on. Fire ants with a fire ant pipe. I'm experimenting on how to get rid of those with different things like neem powder and diatomaceous earth, and making a paste and putting it in the hole. More tomatoes. They're tiny, but this is goldenrod. I need more goldenrod to dehydrate, so I'm letting it grow everywhere. I did buy a stevia plant from Azure. Wait, Dewey said a storm. Dewey said a storm is coming. He doesn't like the storms. And Trixie doesn't like guns. So, good news is I always have somebody by my side. My sweet potato is putting out. I have some others that are putting out even more. Walking onions that I'm going to repot somewhere else, replant somewhere else. More goldenrod. This little spot here looks rough because I'm still working on it, but I have a bunch of peas and onions and dogs walking through my stuff. More goldenrod. I do. You can come in the house in a minute. My little apple tree I started from seed a couple years ago. It's doing okay. As you can see around my fairy fence. Poor Dew, what's wrong, buddy? I've got all kinds of Egyptian walking onions. More apple trees. These trees are going to stay small. My strawberries. Oh my gosh, I've been enjoying them so much, but they're too thick, and I'm going to be thinning them out and putting them probably in pots and letting them grow over the pots. Wild blackberry. Another apple tree. Dill. I harvested a bunch of dill the other day to get it before it flowers. You can use it just about with anything. It's great for putting in your pickles and stuff. But I wanted to get it before it flowered. And then the butterflies like to lay eggs in the dill, so I wanted to get it before they came along. I do have a bunch of pokeweed. Yes, I know it's toxic, but yes, you can do things with it medicinally as well. Will I? Probably not. Carrots. This little spot here is not doing great. I have planted tomatoes along my fairy fence. The celery in here the soil needs a little bit of help. Bunch of wild blackberries that are eventually probably gonna take them out. Canna lilies are edible. I did put some zucchini in the ground. I don't know what they're gonna do right there. Zucchini are funny. You gotta carry zucchini seeds in your pocket and just put them everywhere. Over here, let me show you this. See this stick here? This was a branch off of my fig tree that I cut off and put in the ground. I thought, oh, it's not going to make it. Never give up on your fig trees, because look down here. They'll usually come back from root. Another interesting thing here is that I have wild oats. I did harvest a bunch of wild oats the other day, and I put them in a blender with my tincture solution 100 proof Amsterdam vodka to make some herbal medicine. Sunflowers, self-seeded. Most of my sunflowers that you'll see are really, they've just volunteered on their own. Bunch of zinnias down here that came up back from last year. Actually, there's a little flower. There's a little bud. These blackberries that are growing here, I'm either going to train them to go one direction or take them out because I have so many in my wildlife area. Comfrey. That's for chopping, dropping, feeding. I do have some peas back there too. I know. More tomatoes. These blackberries and stuff are coming out because they're in the way of my bush. I have mallow growing along the fence, fairy fence there. I put tomatoes in the ground here, as you can see. I don't do a lot of it's not a pretty way of doing things, but it's the most organic for me. My elderberry, this is my York elderberry. It's doing great. There's a pokeweed in there, more elderberry, and then some tomatoes. I planted the tomatoes close to my little dog area, keep out of my garden thing. Sunflowers popped up in a start of a compost pile. More tomatoes, more canna lilies. Poor Dewey. You don't like storms, I know, buddy. The cat, Oreo, doesn't like storms either. My peach tree I planted from seed. It's doing great, but I'm actually thinning out inside of it so it gets airflow. More tomatoes, and basil. These collards. Actually, this one here is going to come out because it'll be too hot and humid for my peach tree. These other collards, which as you can see are still flowering and feeding my pollinators. But I tell you what, if you let your collards overwinter and then bloom, it's amazing. There's a little tree back there. Stalks on these collards are like the size of a tree. So I will eventually take them out, but for now, they're going to provide a little bit of shade and this and that for my things. One more area here in my zone 1, another wild lettuce that's growing. The collard flowers are just about spent and they're ready to make seed. More tomatoes, basil, tomatoes. Peppers, I put a cayenne pepper mix in the ground the other day. I still have some brassicas in the ground. And I better get in the house because the animals are freaking out. So that means there's a storm coming. So we'll end this note, a little bee. Stay safe, y'all.